Hello everybody and welcome back to Steve's World of Wonders. Here's a tribute to a family who lived around here, whose members served in the Royal Navy and Merchant Navy. Someone's left a wreath here in memory of that family. This is right near the harbor. I'm down at the harbor. I'm not sure what this building is. It's an interesting building with a little dome on top. I'll have to look into what that is. On the St. John's Port Authority website, you can look up what's in St. John's Harbor at the time you're there. You can just click Learn More, and it has this interactive map of the harbor here, and all those little dots are ships that are currently in the harbor. The ones up here are close to the Terry Fox Memorial, and if you look down here you can view more details on the ship you chose to look at. The ship's over 5,000 tons. It's got all kinds of information on it, different photos. And the name of the ship is the Newfoundland, and it's an offshore supply ship. So pretty neat to check out if you're looking at the harbor and you see some ships. You can just pull up this website and learn more information on what you're looking at. I'm right down at the harbor, and there's a monument here to a Canadian hero, Terry Fox. This marks the spot. You can see on the sign here. This is mile 0 of his Marathon of Hope to raise awareness for cancer and cancer treatment, to raise funds and awareness for that disease that took his leg. He ran across Canada with his prosthetic leg, and this is a monument where he started. Let's take a look. He started his marathon in 1980. Terry Fox was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba in 1958 and grew up in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. He did well in school and took great interest in sports, particularly basketball. Terry wasn't an especially gifted athlete, but what he lacked in talent he made up for in hard work and determination. After graduating high school, Terry entered Simon Fraser University. He was on his way to becoming a physical education teacher and coach when cancer entered his life in 1977. Bone cancer would result in the loss of his right leg, but also set him on a path to an unimaginable quest that would inspire all Canadians and establish him as a national hero. Got all Signs with info here. A need inspires a dream. There's a picture of him there. During chemotherapy treatments following the amputation of his leg, Terry was moved by the suffering of other cancer patients around him. He became aware of the need for research to find better treatment and ultimately a cure for cancer. Following treatments, Terry returned to athletics, playing wheelchair basketball and training to become a marathon runner in spite of his artificial leg. While training, Terry developed his plan to run across Canada to increase awareness of cancer and raise funds for cancer research. The idea became a dream, and the dream became his cause. Between February 1979 and April of 1980, Terry prepared to make his dream a reality and continued to train. When he flew to Newfoundland on April 7th, he had already logged over 5,000 kilometers in training. Here's a closer look at the statue here. Now in Ottawa, where I'm from, there's another statue dedicated to Terry. But it doesn't have all this information. And it wasn't the starting point. The journey begins. I guess he collected water from the Atlantic Ocean as a memory of his the beginning of his journey. On a cool, overcast morning, Terry Fox went to a nearby cove and collected a bottle of seawater. Later that day, he came to this spot on the shores of St. John's Harbor. Here he dipped his artificial leg in the Atlantic Ocean and began his marathon of hope. There's some pictures. Quite an inspiring story. Just a young person. I just wish people would realize that anything's possible if you try. Dreams are made if people try. There's even more to the monument up this way. Here's another shot of this interesting building here. There he is. Terry Fox. Quite a guy. Legacy, his inspirations to Canadians and humanity. Terry's decision to run across Canada was noble and unselfish. His goal was to help others by raising funds to find a cure for cancer. The fact that a young man who had lost his leg to the disease would even attempt the run was impressive. Running with an artificial leg was physically difficult, yet Terry averaged close to a marathon every day. As the Marathon of Hope progressed, his courage, dedication, and self-sacrifice won him the hearts of all Canadians. By the time returning cancer forced an end to his run, Terry Fox had become a national hero. The dignity he displayed ensured that he would remain an inspiration and an example to all. This sign has words and images from Canadian children that demonstrate what Terry Fox meant to all Canadians. There's a picture of Terry Fox going from the Newfoundland flag to the British Columbia flag. What Terry means to me. All because of Terry, we are a million steps closer to cancer being beat. Terry made us proud to be Canadians. Generations will pass, but Terry will always be in our hearts. He really proved he didn't have a disability. Hard work, determination, and a lot of courage. He's my inspiration, and I'm sure many other people's too. Terry's courageous first step, his determination to overcome, his hope for a cure. We are inspired to continue the journey. Almost 20 years after his death, Terry Fox was named Canada's greatest hero in a national survey. Each year, millions of people in Canada and many other countries participate in a run and continue his cause. He received the Order of Canada and had a mountain, numerous public buildings, and roads named after him. Statues, coins, stamps, scholarships, books, and movies all honor his memory. Probably nobody has played a more important role in both aspects of Terry's legacy than his mother, Betty Fox. In the years after Terry's death, she made many appearances to speak about his Marathon of Hope, and ensured funds raised in Terry's name went where he wanted them to go, to cancer research. As a proud mother, she also took pride and consolation from the honors and recognition that have been awarded to Terry Fox for his courage, dedication, and sacrifice during the Marathon of Hope. Betty Fox died in 2011. When Terry Fox began his Marathon of Hope, his goal was to raise funds for cancer research. In Port aux Basques, the people donated $10,000, $1 for every person in town. After that day, Terry's goal became to raise $1 for every person in Canada. On September 1st, 1980, just east of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Terry's cancer resurfaced, forcing him to stop running, but the Marathon of Hope continued. Inspired by Terry's dedication and courage, Canadians rallied to his cause and donations poured in from all over the country. The goal of raising $24 million for research was realized in February 1981. The Terry Fox Foundation continues Terry's dream by directing all donations towards cure-oriented biomedical research. In 2007, the Terry Fox Research Institute was formed to ensure that research findings result in practical improvements for cancer treatment and patient care. A final cure is still in the future, but research has greatly improved treatment and the odds of survival for many forms of cancer. In September of 1981, just over 2 months after Terry's death, some 300,000 Canadians took part in a Terry Fox run and raised $3.5 million for cancer research. The Terry Fox Run is now an annual event and has spread beyond Canada to many countries around the world. Since Terry began his run, hundreds of millions of dollars have been raised worldwide for cancer research in his name. This sign has information on how to make a donation to the Terry Fox Foundation. Terry Fox Marathon of Hope Mile Zero Memorial. This memorial marks the place where Terry Fox began his Marathon of Hope, April 12, 1980. The bronze statue by sculptor Lubin Boykov shows Terry's first step as he draws his artificial foot from the Atlantic and begins his westward trek. Site design is by landscape architect Fred Hand. The central pathway leading to the Historic Sites and Monuments Board of Canada plaque represents the road Terry followed. Ripples in the landscape reflect the growing waves of support that Terry's courage and determination sparked along the way, and that his memory continues to inspire. Here's a plaque in his honor. Terry Fox, 1958 to 1981. While in remission from cancer, Terry Fox set out to run across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Despite having lost his right leg to the disease, this determined athlete ran 5,373 kilometers, nearly a marathon a day for 143 straight days, before being forced to stop when his cancer returned. His Marathon of Hope, which began in St. John's on April 12, 1980, captivated Canadians with its bold humanitarianism, transformed our vocabulary about personal courage, and revolutionized fundraising. To date, hundreds of millions of dollars have been raised by Fox, and in his name to the benefit of cancer sufferers around the world. The heroic nature and tragic interruption of his run have made Terry Fox an enduring Canadian icon.